Hello all and welcome to part 6 of the Mixing a Track series. In this video we are going to do some basic bus processing, and by that I mean a little bit of EQ and compression on the master bus. So let's start off by having a listen to the mix as it is.
Here we are, well I'm off again, going through this world, often traveling, and I done seen some things before I've learned my lesson. I know your time seems to leave, the only way I know to give you what you need.
Okay, so it's sounding pretty good. We still haven't put reverb in, so it's very two-dimensional, straight up in our face. But before I continue with the mix, I really want to do a little bit of compression on the master bus to get everything to work together well. And we're going to start off with some EQ before the compressor. So I'm going to open up FabFilter and we'll have a look at EQing the entire mix. So first of all, let's have a listen to the different frequency ranges within a song, starting with the low frequencies right up to the high. So really we've got sub here, the low end of the kick drum and bass. We've got proper low frequencies. Now you can hear how much vocal there is down at these low frequencies, 120, 140. And this is where we have a lot of energy in the kick drum in this range. Down here we get the super low frequencies, but up here is where we get the actual punch. And you can hear the snares coming through more now. And this 200 to say 400 or 500 is a kind of an unusual frequency range. It's kind of boxy sounding, and you know, when we take it out, things sound a bit slicker, but also it's where a lot of the energy and the get up and go of a tune is. So if you take too much out, it can sound lifeless. Now we come up to the range of detail. You can hear the notes being played on the bass. The vocal, obviously. Piano notes. Guitar. And into the high frequencies. So it's a lot of hi-hats in the top of the vocal. If it was a heavy metal tune, we might have a lot of kick drum up here. We should have some kick drum in the mids though. So we might look at adding a little bit of that. High frequencies. It's mainly cymbals. So that boxy frequency range, we can have a look at taking that out a little bit.
Here we are, well I'm off again, going through this world, often traveling, and I done seen some things before I've learned my lesson. I know your time seems to leave, the only way I know to give you what you need.
You can hear the song loses energy, so you have to be very careful. Usually if you have a kind of a muddy mix, taking this out is going to clean it up and make it sound a lot more expensive. But you are also going to lose a lot of the energy and the elements of the frequency range to make people want to get up and dance and nod their head to the tune. The extreme, obviously, would be.
Here we are, well I'm off again, going through this world,
super smiley face.
traveling.
But it gets it gets tiring to listen to.
Here we are, well, I'm off again.
Not as pleasant to listen to, but way more energy.
Here we are, well, I'm off again.
So what we can do is we can have a look at maybe taking super, super low end frequencies out. See if we can improve the mix by doing that.
Going through this world, I'm traveling, and I done seen some things before I've learned my lesson. I know your time.
You're just helping the speakers by asking them not to play back frequencies that are difficult for them to play back. I can hear that the bass is saying a little bit tighter with that filter in.
Here we are, well, I'm off again.
It's a bit
Going through this world, I'm traveling.
harsh
I
here,
done seen some things before I've learned my.
but I'm going to lose details, so I'm going to add a little bit in below that.
Here we are, well, I'm off again. Going through this world, I'm traveling.
And this tune is all about the drums and bass, so I'm going to add in a little bit of punch around like the 120 hertz mark that I was talking about earlier.
Here we are, well, I'm off again. Going through this world, I'm traveling. And I done seen some things before I've learned my lesson. I know your time seems to leave. The only way I know to
We'll find anything that might be a little bit unruly down there.
Here we are, well, I'm off again. Going through this world, I'm traveling. And I done seen some things before I've learned my lesson. I know your time seems to leave. The only way I know to give you what you need. So please hold on tight. You're on my mind. For you I will provide. But now you should know I won't lose my way. Love always saves me. Love always saves me. Wherever I go, wherever I lay. But now you should know I won't lose my way.
Okay, sounds a little bit better. So let's add a compressor, and I'm going to use quite a simple compressor for this, the Vertigo. So this is a VCA style compressor with a sidechain filter. So let's just dial in some compression. So I'm going to start with a slow release, fast attack, set a ratio of 4:1, and bring down my threshold.
Here we are, well, I'm off again. Going through this world.
Bring my release back until I see the meter moving.
Before I've learned my lesson, I know your time.
That's working.
Here we are, well,
Let the dynamic through.
here we are, well, I'm off again. Going through this world, I'm traveling. And I done seen some things.
Now let's have a listen with the sidechain filter. So we can set it to 60 or 90. So if I set it to 60 hertz, the detector won't react to anything below 60 hertz. 90, obviously, the detector won't react to anything below 90 hertz. And then off, it's compressing everything.
Here we are, well, I'm off again. Going through this world, I'm traveling. And I done seen some things before I've learned my lesson.
So in this instance, I'm hearing 60 hertz. The compressor's still catching some of the kick drum, and it seems to be rounding out the low end a little better. The kick and bass are kind of becoming a unit more so than they are when it's set to 90 hertz. Now I'm going to just back off my threshold.
Here we
Bring it back
are,
in.
well, I'm off again. Going through this world, I'm traveling. And I done seen.
And of course, the most important thing is to reference it bypassed and on.
Here we are, well, I'm off again, going through this world, off and traveling. And I done seen some things before I've learned my lesson. I know you're tired, seem to leave the only way.
So let's turn off and on both plugins. If I press Control, I can switch them both off at the same time. And we can just have a listen to the mix with no EQ or compression and with EQ and compression.
Here we are, well I'm off again, going through this world, off and traveling. And I done seen some things before I've learned my lesson. I know you're tired, seem to leave the only way I know to give you what you need. So please hold on tight, you're on my mind. For you I will provide.
I might turn the snare up a tiny bit. Oh, it seems to be peaking there as well.
Here we are, well I'm off again, going through this world, off and traveling. And I done seen some things before I've learned my lesson. I know you're tired, seem to leave the only way I know to give you what you need. So please hold on tight, you're on my mind. For you I will provide. But now you should know I won't lose my way. Your love always saves me. Your love always saves me.
That's actually much better.
Wherever I go, wherever I lay, but now you should know I won't lose my way. Your love always saves me. Your love always saves me.
Oh, it's sounding much more like a mix now. Okay, so in the next video, we're going to do a little bit of reverb and get this actually sounding like a mix. Thanks.
Here we are, well I'm off again, going through this world, off and traveling. And I done seen some things